Who am I here with?
Amanda.
Amanda. What brings you over here to the auto shop?
I'm visiting a friend. He works here and lives here, actually. So.
Awesome. Now, we've been speaking for a little minute now. Do you currently find yourself homeless?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have a camp over of a Mopac and 6th.
Okay, you got a whole little setup over there?
Yeah.
How long have you been staying there?
For about 4 months, I think.
4 months. Time flies, though, huh?
No. Maybe sometimes, but no.
But you lose track of it?
Definitely, yeah. Like I just recently, yesterday, I found out that it was like the 9th or the 10th. So.
Yes, ma'am. I would say time flies.
Kind of have a deadline, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Now, you said you're going to be leaving Texas in 3 days.
On the 12th, yeah.
Where are you headed to?
Kentucky. Lewisport, Kentucky.
Lewisport, Kentucky. Out there in the boons.
Yeah. My dad has got like 18 acres, and he owns a trailer park and runs it and stuff. So he fixes up the trailers and stuff. So he's got a job for me, and it'll help me save some money. And the best reason is my daughter's there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you're a mother.
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I gave birth to my daughter. Yeah. Being a mother, maybe for the first 6 years of her life, maybe. Yeah, baby. But not after that.
Sure. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Now, Amanda, I see all these bites on your legs.
Yeah.
What happened?
Mosquitoes and ants, they love my blood, apparently.
Living out in the woods.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, a lot of people are struggling from that.
Yeah, you should have seen me about a month ago. I had the worst case of heat rash I've ever seen. I mean, I would show you scars, but the scars are a little too low cut. But I mean, they're bad. Like I've got scars all over me, and then it even got on top of my head, and it got so bad that I have a real big. I care a lot about my hair, and I have for a long time because I've been dyeing my hair since I was like 12, and so that kills your hair and everything, right? So it's just a small little thing, minimized thing, but it's small enough to where I can actually, maintain it. Well, I go and I wake up one morning and I got like this dreaded knot like in my hair right here, and I have no idea how the hell it got there. I have no idea what I did. I don't know what So I tried for about a week or two to comb it out, brush it out. I used coconut oil. I used, detangler. I used everything. I could not get it out. So I ended up having to cut it out. And here, I'll show you. And so, come to find out, like I've got, I guess it's scabs or something like that from the scratching or the heat rash and everything like that. But
sure.
See it. You see how short it is right here?
Yeah.
Here. Big old freaking bald spot, right?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. And I knew nothing about it. I did not know anything about it, and I wasn't expecting it, and I bawled my eyes out for like an hour as he was cutting it, as my boyfriend was cutting it, or ex-boyfriend, I guess, whatever. But
Amanda, what's it like being out here on the street as a woman?
Demeaning. Frustrating. You get raised a certain way and you choose to be on the streets for whatever reason, but you don't get tired of it. You do get tired of it. You don't get used to it. You don't get used to every time you're around another guy. Every time, it doesn't matter who it is or what type of guy it is. It's like the first thing that pops in their head is, oh, she's a female, she's a dope, a whore. I don't know if you can even say that here. And I may or may not use, but when I did, I made it a point to keep my value, or my respect for myself, keep my morals and everything. I'm not going to just sleep with whoever is going to give me the most dope, or excuse my language, or anything like that. But they assume that, like, because they assume every female is the same way, and it's like, I can't meet a guy that isn't like that. Like I have yet to meet a guy that's like that. That's not like that. That doesn't want or expect sex like right away, or they think it's okay to talk dirty to you, or they think it's okay to just, you know, assume. And it's just like, and then on top of that, go on the other way, like you can't get anything done or have your way to maneuver things to get things done for you, you know, to hustle or anything like that without manipulating that. And it's demeaning. It's disrespectful. It's old, really, really old. Enough to make me want to go to Kentucky and stay the hell away from guys for the rest of my life. So.
That's your number one threat out here. For sure.
Yeah. Guys, no. They're pansies. I can handle them at number one. Females aren't even my threat. You know who's the threat? People that make above $15,000 a year. That's my threat. Because they've got this whole view on how the world is supposed to work, I guess, or what they're supposed to do. Oh, it's so ridiculous, dude. You go and ask somebody, just, you know, random, for a cigarette, or even, you know, what time it is. Literally asking them what time it is. They will like stare at you like you're like this, something an alien or something, like they've never seen him before or something like that, and they just stare at you. They just stare at you. And then until it gets so weird or awkward that you just like, fine, whatever, you know, and just walk off. Do you know how demeaning that is? Do you know how messed up that is to be ignored when you know that, like, oh, you're asking them a simple question as to what time it is? Like,
so the people that are on the outside and have never gone without AC, that's your problem.
Yeah, that's about so, yeah.
I would say I kind of relate to that. Just a little bit too much,
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
What is your message to those people that look down on you and don't give you the time of day or treat you like you exist?
You know, it's really funny because they when they're in a crowd of friends and everything, they will say that they try to do whatever they can to help whoever they can at any point in time, you know? Anybody that needs help. And then they turn around and they see me. I mean, I obviously look homeless, and they see me carrying my AC fan to a car wash to charge my AC fan for an hour and a half, right? And they don't even like, they don't even act like you exist, you know? They act all stupid and goofy and like reckless and play with the freaking vacuum cleaner and like with like on putting it to their head, you know, so whatever, acting like children, you know, acting as if I don't even exist, like I'm not even there. But they're trying to help.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe try to be a little bit more honest with yourselves, guys, because it's getting really freaking ridiculous. Because you want to feel good about yourself, or you think you should feel good about yourself. Let me put it that way. All because why? Because you give a little bit at church, or you gave $1 to somebody that obviously looks like they probably need a little bit more help.
Amanda, if someone wanted to help your circumstance, help your family's circumstance, help your daughter's circumstance, where could we find you?
The best way to access me is probably my email. So, do you want me to give it to you now, or are you going to put it on there, or?
Is it okay with you to give it to us?
I can say it, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's leannelee512@gmail.com. It's LEEANNELEE512@gmail.com. It's been my email for ages, so.
Amanda, how long have you had that relationship with your current addiction?
Since I was 17. Actually, no, I'm wrong on that one. My current addiction,
yes, ma'am,
unfortunately, is fentanyl, and that's only been about 2.5 years. Opiates, about 5. So But the longest ongoing it would be my meth addiction, which different on the same thing. Since I was 17 on that one. So
Someone struggling with that addiction, or someone open to pursuing something like that, what's your message to them?
pursuing what? Getting clean or becoming an addict?
Thinking about becoming an addict.
Oh my God. You know, they say that if you want to kill yourself, you want to commit suicide, you won't tell a soul. You won't act like there's anything bothering you. You won't share any kind of sadness or anything like that. You won't want to talk to anybody about it. You know? That's about the same if you think about it. If you're considering wanting to try drugs, or considering considering the fact that you may or may not be an addict, it's about the same as committing suicide. So think about it like that. So,
Do you struggle with those thoughts?
all the time. All the time. I've been telling myself, I've had enough, I'm done, like for freaking a year now. And I'm never, like, I'm a very upbeat and a very positive person 9 times out of 10 if you catch me on a good day. But this city kind of tore me down a little bit. I never thought it was going to be possible either, because San Antonio is way rougher than here. And especially on their homeless. But I think I'd probably choose being in San Antonio than I would be here these days. You know? And that's one thing that Austin prides themselves on, is being homeless friendly. Understandable. And understandable when it becomes out of control. But who let it go out of control? Us? Or them?
Mutual?
Yeah. Well, no.
You don't think so?
No. Because in my experience talking and getting to know people that are homeless on the streets and stuff like that, okay? They're only going to go as far as you let them. I promise that. They will not go any further. You know? 9 times out of 10, they don't even push to go any further. So, and if they do, it's not that much, you know? I know when it's enough. I know when to walk away. Of course, there's people that don't know when to walk away, but there's not enough of them to cause an outrageous, out of control population of homeless people, you know? Austin is homeless friendly. Austin prides itself on that, and I think that is awesome, because it gives us somewhere to go. But what happens when you give us somewhere to go and then you just beat us while we're there? You know, you knock us down and you beat us, and you say, hey, we've got this awesome place for you, but while you're here, you know, all we're gonna do is just knock you down, you know? And it's all just because the other half of people they don't understand. You know, they don't experience any of that, so, or they've had a bad experience with somebody that's been homeless or something like that. I lost my faith in humanity a couple months ago. And I think that that's probably the worst thing I could ever say. Because I walked into a church and I asked them for a little bit of help. All I needed was their 5 minutes of their time. And the lady looked at me like I was like crazy and said, I'm sorry, we can't help you. And then I turned around and asked the pastor the same thing and said he couldn't help me. After he shook his head, understandably, thinking he's going to freaking help. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm sorry, we can't help you. How does the church tell you they can't help you? That's what they're supposed to do, right? They only preach one day of the freaking month. What else do they do for the rest of the month? Or week, sorry. I don't know. So after that, I was just like, no more asking for people to help me anymore. So.
What's the biggest war you fight?
My addiction. the fentanyl. It's just, I've never had such a problem, you know, saying, okay, I'm done, let's go. You know, I did it once with heroin. I did it plenty of times with cocaine. Or I've done it once with cocaine. I've done it a couple of times with meth. You know, I spent 9 months in rehab. I know all the do's and don'ts and you know, and the information that I need to have, and I apply it as much as I can. Gets a little difficult to apply when, you know, when you feel like, you know, your insides are turning into your outsides, and it's just, you can't think straight, and your anxiety is through the roof, and, you know, so probably my fentanyl addiction is probably the worst war I've freaking ever fought in the world.
Amanda, what's it going to take you to end that war?
Going to Kentucky, and you know, I told a friend of mine yesterday, I was like, you know, I'll be back, you know, give me about a year or so, I'll be back. But when you think about coming back to a place that you cannot say no to your addiction, and your stomach just turns inside out, like, there's no way in hell. When I leave, I'm never coming back here. I can't. And I've never said that. I've left Texas about 4 times, and I've said I'll probably be back. And it's taken me a couple years to come back each time. But this time, I'm never coming back. I will go to every other state except for Texas. I'm never coming back here. Because I have control issues already, and I think the worst thing you could probably do to me is try to control me. So when I just let fentanyl just take control over me, and I didn't even know it, it blindsided me, but it has full control over me, and I have to be ripped away from it, kicking and screaming, and that's what's gonna have to happen.
And you started this homeless journey at the age of 16.
Yeah.
16 years old, all alone.
Yeah.
What would you say to that little girl, 16 years old, all alone right now?
Stop acting stupid and go the hell home. It's not that hard.
I love
Never,
that.
ever take the easy way. And it isn't that hard. Just say okay and just accept it. It's okay. You can do that because you're still learning, and no matter what you think, you don't know everything. Please understand that, okay? Your parents are right. I'm right. Everybody that's older than you is right. You don't know everything. So stop trying to act like you know everything. Just let them teach you. So just let them. Stop acting like everything is so easy and you can handle everything, because it's not. And it's not okay when you have an eviction on your record and nowhere to go, and you find yourself under a highway next to a train that comes by every 5 minutes. I don't know if you've ever experienced trains, but they're loud. They're very, very loud, enough to drive you crazy, to where you will scream so loud that you will lose your voice, okay? I've not taken a shower in almost a month. I don't know when my next meal is going to be, and this is totally 100% true. I don't know when my next meal is going to be, and I don't have any money, and I can't go get a job because it's all back and forth, you know? I thank my lucky stars I have an ID, but that's not even helping me anymore. For God's sakes, please, just don't. Just turn around and go home. It's not that hard. Just go home.
Amanda, I appreciate you sharing that message. I think a lot of women and young girls need to hear that. If you had a message to spread with the world, I know your mind's a lot of places right now, but if you had a message to spread with the world, what would it be?
Stop pretending to be kind. Stop worrying about, well, if I give them $20, then what are they going to do with it? Or this or that. Stop, because you can't control it. You could be helping somebody. No, I don't know if I'm just 1/millionth of a person or whatever that actually tells the truth and stuff, but when I go out and I try to get money so I could eat, and I mean it, I hate when people seem to think that all I'm going to do is use it for drugs. 9 times out of 10, I have the drugs covered already. I just needed money for food. But they make it that difficult to where I can't even eat because they don't want to give up there. Or they don't carry cash. Oh my God, there's an ATM everywhere. Stop pretending to be kind. Just be kind. Okay? Don't feel sorry. Don't do that. Just be kind to each other. Smile at everybody.
You're amazing. We're going to pray for you, Amanda. And I hope, your journey back to Kentucky does you right.
I really hope so too. I'm pretty sure it will. I hope. My dad's gonna trip, I guess.
Well, thank you for tuning in and sharing your message and your story. I want to be able to honor that.
Thank you.
We're praying for you, okay?
Thanks.
God bless.